What was supposed to be a night of celebration turned into disaster after 4 friends who were all drunk left the bar in the city without a designated driver. Designate a driver. Don't drink and drive.
This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Tuesday, the 10th day of September in the year 2024. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here is what we're tracking tonight. Recognizing the poor performance of students in mathematics at the CXC level, the Education Ministry has launched a mathematics intervention initiative. As part of the effort, students preparing to write their Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate exams, as well as their teachers and parents, will now have access to a mathematics WhatsApp helpline to address issues related to math, according to the Education Minister, Priya Manek-Chand.
We have established a hotline which is 736 Math, for anybody to write in to us if they have a particular problem, if teacher isn't teaching, if they don't have a math teacher, if the math teacher herself needs some help. We are using technology fully to make sure we blend the two and maximize the use of both. So there are going to be math lessons twice a week, more if we think it's necessary, on the Learning Channel at a scheduled time.
The Education Minister noted that the poor showing in mathematics among students is not just a Guyana problem, but it is also a Caribbean and global problem. She said while CARICOM is seeking to address the situation at the level of the Caribbean Examinations Council, the Guyana government has opted to move ahead with its own plans.
The world has a problem with mathematics and English, and that has been written about and spoken about. Guyana has to deal with both, and not necessarily while we wait on our Caribbean counterparts to put up a solution.
As part of the math intervention, special math programs will be broadcast on the Learning Channel as well as EduFM. A special website has been created with resource material for the subject, and schools are being encouraged to allow increased time for math classes. Chief Education Officer Saddam Hussein at the launching this morning said additional resources will be made available to students in grades 10 and 11.
I'm very happy about one particular resource, which is the compilation of the past papers, but not necessarily by years, but by topics. So as you open the booklet, you have all the fractions questions together, you have all the relations, functions, and graph, you have all the matrices, vectors. In addition, you also have all the solutions. So you work the question and then you check to see whether your answer is right or wrong.
The Chief Education Officer further stated that the intervention is not just about providing resources, but it will also be pragmatic in the way the problem will be addressed. He said it is difficult for him to understand the problem as a math teacher, but he understands the need for the intervention at every level. The Education Ministry is expected to launch a promotion blitz to ensure information about the various initiatives reaches parents and their children across the country. This year, Guyana recorded a decline in the overall pass rate for mathematics. More than 65% of students who wrote the subject at the CSEC level were unable to secure a pass grade. The situation is similar in many other Caribbean countries where the same CXC exam is administered. More news coming up in just a moment.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. It can start with one step, or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith. One day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
4 walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
Unlock your potential and access the Ministry of Education Upgrade and Education Allowance with UEMB's prestigious accelerated BBA and MBA degrees in Education Management and Leadership. Registration is still open for September 9, 2024 intake with new sessions beginning every 2 months. Secure your spot today and take advantage of our exclusive 50% no strings attached scholarship offer. So why UEMB? Our programs boast a 98% pass rate and are accredited by some of the world's leading accrediting bodies, including IAU, WES, NAC Guyana, ACBSP USA, and ASIC UK. Our degrees are designed to elevate your career by building upon the qualifications you've earned through the CPCE Trained Teacher Certificate or Associate Degree or University of Guyana and Gold 24 Credit Postgraduate Diploma. This transformative educational experience places you at the forefront of administration, management, leadership, and the business of education. At UEMB, flexibility meets excellence. Our accelerated BBA and MBA programs are specifically tailored for busy educators. Complete your BBA in just 20 months or your MBA in a single semester, with tuition starting as low as $3,600 for the BBA and $1,500 for the MBA. Paired with our convenient payment plans, achieving your goal has never been more within reach. Our classes are delivered fully online with live sessions, meticulously recorded to allow you to study at your own pace and place. To apply, simply submit your completed application form, proof of entrance qualification, and any form of ID. For more details, visit our administrative office at Critchlow Labour College, Front Building, Wolford Avenue, or call us on 592-225-1395, 225-1397-9, 618-3434, or 681-3434. Progressing to a degree is as easy as ABC with UEMB. Deal with the best and forget the rest.
I can't wait until tomorrow.
Yes!
Start packing this, yeah?
I ain't start packing yet. Usually I pack a couple hours before and I go. Drive. I got my phone, I got my keys, my charger, my
Procrastinating planning for the future? Well, that's never a good idea. Let Demerara Mutual and Demerara Fire and General help you get started with planning for your future today. I'm with Dem.
For the best and most affordable way to ship to Guyana, ship with Fist Freight. Sign up and take advantage of our business accounts, consolidation, a login portal to view your shipments, and if you shop on Amazon, we'll help you get the taxes you pay on Amazon refunded. That's money back in your pocket. We love bringing you savings. Sign up today and get started for free. Pick up locations in Berbice and in Georgetown.
Still with education matters, economist and former Minister of Finance under the APNU-AFC coalition government, Winston Jordan, has added his voice to the recent agreement signed between the Ministry of Education and the Guyana Teachers Union. While reacting to Vice President Barrett Jagdeer's position that the recent agreement represents one of the highest percentage of salary increases given to teachers, Mr. Jordan said the majority of the nation's teachers will not see any real change in their salaries. Appearing on the Buxton Morning online talk show, Mr. Jordan said although the government has made some increased provisions for teachers with their master's and doctoral degrees, the country does not have too many of those teachers at that level. And he believes the decision represents a deliberate withholding of benefits to the majority of teachers who may need it more.
So these are inconsequential so-called other benefits. Inconsequential. And if an allowance is tied to your salary, it's taxable. So and what is worse, it's taxable and it doesn't count for the determination of pension and gratuity. it doesn't count in the determination of your vacation allowance at the end of the year. So what they're going around Holland telling people look at the other benefits. What other benefits? There are no other benefits of consequence in that agreement.
According to Jordan, who served as budget director on the previous PPP governments, while it is true that the former APNU AFC administration did not give more than 10% in salary increases for teachers, the cost of living at the time was not as it is now, and the billions being earned from the oil resources were not available then. He said teachers should be getting a much higher salary increase now.
We may not have paid salaries greater than 10%, but we broke the cycle of the across-the-board 5% increase that they were giving to people and that they gave to the teachers. Check the agreement. Check the agreement that I think ended in 2016 or 2015 that we inherited from the teachers. The agreement says that in the 5-year period, teachers will get 5% across the board and 1% of their annual wage bill for incentive or whatever the case may be. They were known as the 5% government.
Mr. Jordan is also of the view that the Guyana Teachers Union let teachers down during the negotiations. He noted that the union agreed to scrap its earlier multi-year proposal without a counter-proposal, and he is convinced that the move weakened the union's position and provided the government with the space to put up an offer on the table that the union had to accept. The Economist said given the turn of events, the current GTU might find it difficult to call teachers back out on strike and get their support, as they would feel they are not being properly represented. Under the recently signed agreement, teachers will get a 10% salary increase for this year, along with an 8% increase next year and a 9% increase in 2026. A number of benefits, including an increased number of scholarships and an increase in the uniform allowance, make up the 3-year package. In the world of business right now, just 4 years after setting up its massive customer call center in Guyana, the ITEL company is preparing to hang up its operations in the country, leaving hundreds of workers on the breadline. In an internal message to staff members today announcing the closure plans, the company explained that it was forced to make the decision after extensive analysis and discussion among its leadership team. More than 400 workers will lose their jobs as a result of the closure of the Guyana operations. The company's management said despite the many investments that it has made over the years, the Guyana operation is no longer sustainable. While describing Guyana as a gem, the company said it has faced ongoing challenges despite the country's continued economic growth. It was further explained that as Guyana's economy expands, the cost of doing business in Guyana is rising, and it has become more difficult to find and retain qualified candidates. Additionally, ITEL's management noted that the situation in Guyana has made it difficult to attract and retain Fortune 500 clients, which is critical to maintaining a steady flow of business into the center. The company said it has made several efforts to cut costs and engage the labor force, but continues to find it difficult. ITEL will be carrying out the closure of its operations in a phased approach. All operations will cease on the 30th of November, while the company will officially close its doors on the 31st of December. The company said the decision was a difficult one, and with the layoffs beginning already, every effort will be made to guide and support the workers through the process.
The Guyana Elections Commission GCOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31st, 2024 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. How to apply for registration? You must visit the GCOM registration office that is responsible for the registration of persons from your area of residence to apply for registration or name change or correction. You must be in possession of the following source documents as might be relevant: original birth certificate or valid Guyana passport for new registration, original marriage certificate and original birth certificate in the case of a name change by way of marriage, original deed poll and original birth certificate in the case of a name change by deed poll, original naturalization certificate and original birth certificate or valid passport in the case of naturalization. This registration exercise will end on November 29, 2024. For further information, please contact GCOM on the following hotline numbers: 225-027729, 226-6557, 223-9650, or visit the GCOM website at www.gcom.org.gy.
Your own home is so much more than just four walls, floors, and ceilings. It's a lifetime of great memories and stories. Come talk to us and start your journey home today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Monster, bust the flavors. We're full of flavors. Bust the flavors, that me crave for. We're full of flavors. Tell your neighbors about the bust the flavors. Grab a bust the flavors. Yeah, thirst buster, grab a buster. Bust the flavor, taste the savor. Buster, bust the flavors. Buster, bust the flavors.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look, you know the one, or one touch, even one word. I can start with one step, or one promise, one thrill, one first time, one deep breath, one leap of faith, one day to remember, or one night to forget. One moment, so many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life, just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
While rejecting claims by the opposition of a cover-up of an alleged corruption scheme, the Mahika-Maikoni Abari Agricultural Development Authority has announced that investigations into a number of corruption claims have been done and action taken. The opposition had claimed that there is a massive corruption scheme at the authority involving the misappropriation of millions of dollars in kickbacks being paid to employees by contractors to guarantee government contracts. The agency did not refute claims that there have been cases of corruption within its operations, but confirmed that such claims have always been investigated. According to the MMA ADA, the organization is assuring its stakeholders and the general public that any situation of misconduct and misappropriation of money have always been investigated and the necessary disciplinary actions taken. The agency said it will not condone the reckless dissemination of what it considers baseless accusations that undermine the hard work and dedication of its staff and stakeholders. The body also said it will not be distracted by the opposition and assured that it has properly utilized all budgetary allocations. The authority also said, to set the record straight, it has been performing excellently, accounting for multiple of successes over the past 4 years under the stewardship of the PP Civic Administration. The body said the investments that are being made now have been able to cushion the hard effects that affected the lives of over 2,000 farmers during the APNU AFC time in office. The government agency also took a political position as it fired back at the APNU AFC, claiming that during 2015 to 2020, the coalition's only aim was to lease land to its cronies. In another statement today, opposition MP Vince Roy Jordan said now that the entity has confirmed that there was corruption, the nation must be provided with the details and the proper investigation ought to be carried out. He said the Minister of Agriculture must say whether the police were called in to spearhead the investigations, and if not, why not? Moreover, he said the Minister of Agriculture must make public the findings of any so-called investigation that was carried out by the agency itself. The Ministry of Housing, Central Housing and Planning Authority is once again urging persons to beware of scammers who are pretending to be conducting transactions on the ministry's behalf. The Housing Ministry, in a statement today, said it has been receiving an increased number of complaints from citizens about completing transactions for house lots, but still awaiting to be called in for additional information. In one case, the ministry was forced to distance itself from a former staff of the ministry, who has been reportedly collecting money from persons to conduct house lot transactions on their behalf. The Housing Ministry said all legitimate transactions are done at the ministry's main office on Brickdam and or at the regional offices, where official receipts are issued for every transaction completed. The ministry said it should be noted that the agency does not accept payment for residential or commercial land via mobile money transfer. The ministry has issued a number of similar warnings before. According to the Housing Ministry, individual transactions are not and should not be in the fields or by individuals making site visits. Further, the ministry noted that the only open-air transactions authorized and that will be honored by the ministry are those conducted at its planned Dream Realized events. The Housing Ministry reminded that there are no fees required by the agency to expedite or change application information and that no transaction is conducted on social media. Earlier this year, the ministry was forced to launch a massive investigation following reports of the involvement of a number of staffers and former staffers in alleged corrupt transactions. A number of persons were dismissed, while others faced investigations for fraud. An investigation into a Monday afternoon fire in a cell at the Camp Street jail has revealed that the fire was deliberately started by a prisoner. 2 prisoners were injured in the blaze. In a statement today, the Guyana Fire Service said it received a call about the fire at the location at around 10 minutes after 2 o'clock on Monday afternoon, and its first fire engine arrived at the scene within 6 minutes. The fire in the prison cell was quickly put out by prison officers using fire extinguishers. However, the 2 prisoners who were in the cell at the time of the blaze sustained burns to their bodies. One prisoner, 25-year-old Christopher Stanley, sustained second-degree burns to various parts of his body, while 35-year-old prisoner Delon Blake received first-degree burn injuries to the right side of his shoulder. The Guyana Fire Service said its early investigation suggests that the fire was started by an inmate who used a cigarette lighter to set a mattress ablaze. The fire quickly spread to other combustible materials in the prison cell. Further investigations are ongoing to determine the full circumstances surrounding the incident. The Guyana Fire Service is urging all institutions to review their fire safety protocols and to ensure that fire prevention and suppression equipment is readily available and maintained.
GCOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by December 31, 2024 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. It is the civic duty and legal responsibility of all persons who meet the eligibility requirements to apply for registration. By doing so, you will be ensuring that you you are issued a national identification card and be included in the official lists of electors for future elections, providing you meet all eligibility criteria. Persons could be prosecuted, fined, or even sent to prison for failing or refusing to apply for registration. This registration exercise will end on November 29, 2024. For further information, contact GCOM on 225-0277-9 or visit the website www.gcom.org.gy.
Win one of 10 great prizes in the Mobile Dip and Win promotion. Win a motorcycle, TVs, shopping sprees, or free mobile lubricant. Just buy any mobile lubricant, collect your entry form, complete it, and drop it into boxes provided at leading stores. Yes, buy any mobile lubricant and have a chance to win great prizes. Promotion ends October 2, 2024. Mobile lubricant, proven performance for your engine.
What was supposed to be a night of celebration turned into disaster after 4 friends who were all drunk left the bar in the city without a designated driver. Designate a driver. Don't drink and drive.
It all starts with one. Maybe it's one look. You know the one. Or one touch. Even one word. I can start with one step. Or one promise. One thrill. One first time. One deep breath. One leap of faith. One day to remember. Or one night to forget. One moment. So many stories that make up one crazy, average, everyday, fabulous life. We get one life. Just one. Make your move. It all starts with one.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyoil is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyoil's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guyoil has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
Across the region tonight, we begin in neighboring Brazil, where Brazilian police carried out a wide operation against illegal mining in the Amazon today, raiding a criminal organization that financed the production and sale of 3.1 tons of gold, whose origin was hidden with fraudulent papers. The federal police in Brazil said in a statement that the majority of the arrests and 24 search and seizure warrants served were in the south of the Pará state, where illegal gold mining has surged in recent years in the rainforests, much of that unprotected indigenous reservation land. The statement said they found at least 3.14 tons of illegally extracted gold, which had been laundered using fraudulent statements of the origin of the ore. So the gold was refined in São José do Rio Preto, a city in the north of Sao Paulo state, which has a thriving jewelry industry, and where illegal gold is melted down with illegal gold, making it hard to trace the illegal metal. The Belize Defense Forces deploying 2 senior officers to Jamaica ahead of an assignment to Haiti as part of its commitment to support a long-delayed security mission to help Haitian police fight powerful gangs. The deployment could signal other countries will deploy to support Kenyan police already in the Caribbean nation as part of the multinational support mission requested by Haiti, with the UN's initial 12-month mandate within weeks of expiring. In 2022, Haiti requested international support to help fight armed gangs, which have taken over most of the capital and have been expanding to nearby areas, fueling a humanitarian crisis with mass displacements and soaring hunger. So far, around 400 Kenyan police officers have been deployed to Haiti, out of an at least 2,900 troops promised by a handful of countries. And finally tonight, international news. The World Bank President Ajay Banga today said in a speech that after visiting 27 countries from Peru to Tuvalu, that the global lender needs to work faster and simplify its processes in a world experiencing greater polarization. Speaking at the Lowy Institute think tank in Sydney, Banga said his visit on Friday to Tuvalu in the South Pacific marked the end of a journey that began just over a year ago when he started in the job and promised to listen to voices in every region where the Washington-based lender operates. He said though aspirations of people around the world are universal, we all live in a world of greater polarization and extremes. The World Bank chief said the countries he visited need more and requires the World Bank to be faster, simpler, and more impact-oriented. In Fiji, he visited understaffed health clinics facing rising rates of non-communicable disease such as diabetes, an example of the importance of the bank's new focus on job creation. The bank's new targets include bringing affordable health care to 1.5 billion people by the year 2030. The World Bank saw global challenges of climate change, inequality, and fragility as intertwined, the World Bank chief said. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting and encouraging you to have a safe and enjoyable night.